Shalom, shalom. It's your brother Malcolm. My honored guests, brothers from my camps, some of my bishops, some of my mighty men. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, all honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, B'Kar Double honors to the apostles, double honors to the elder bishops. Salutations to all our fellow laborers doing this work with truth and sincerity, risking their lives and their freedom to do so now more so than ever. And to the scattered elect that are scattered around the four corners of the earth, that be like unto the speckled bird among the heathen, that look like the heathens. And to the Akwaf that are listening and learning, to you we say shalom. And I had done a lesson, today, and I was hot to do this one. And we're gonna be tied up for the rest of the evening, so just wanted to knock it out now. And I got this printout from this Edomite on the street, and basically it says, stop the NATO war, and they want you to go on and and go on the website and leave comments and that whole sort of thing. They're trying to get a petition and everything going. And I actually gave them my email for the purpose of getting information for them, so I could just turn around and share it or do lessons on it. All right, I could care less about Edomite on Edomite violence. Let them Edomites continue to kill and shoot and hurt each other. I'm fine with that. The hell with them. All right, but I'm gonna read this, and in every paragraph I put a scripture to. So if you could, brother, one of you could hold Habakkuk 2 and 5. All right, and it says, stop U.S. NATO expansion in Eastern Europe. No to NATO. Demand that the U.S. government and NATO pull back their military from Russia borders. No U.S. attack sanctions. War on Russia. No U.S. involvement in Ukraine. And of course, we don't want that, because we want it. The prophecy of Ezekiel 38 has to come to pass. Right. So that's clearly what we don't want that at all. All right. But it says, key to the current state of affairs in Ukraine is the wholesale rejection by the U.S., UK, NATO, European Union, and of Russia demand that the U.S. government and NATO drastically scale back its military presence of Russia's border and with Eastern Europe. Ensure Ukraine does not join NATO, and have Ukraine stop military attacks on the mainly Russian-speaking people of Donbass region in Eastern Ukraine. And see, they leave that portion out in the American media. They're not letting you know that that this region that they're in were mostly Russian-speaking people, because they're Russians,
right? Just
living in a different place. But if you could bring out that Habakkuk, brother.
The book of Habakkuk, chapter 2, verse 5. It says, yea, also because he transgresseth by wine, he is a proud man, neither keepeth at home, who enlargeth his desire as hell, and is as death, and cannot be satisfied, but gathereth unto him all nations, and heapeth unto him all people.
And there it is, man. This man just can't stay at home. All right, he wants to have everything, and he wants his cake and eat it too. Matter of fact, he want to eat your cake and Red's cake.
Right.
All right, Obadiah 4, brother. Zakar, you can grab some of these scriptures, brother.
I got Obadiah 1 and
4. Yeah, kind of.
I got it right here. This Obadiah chapter 1 and verse 4. It says, though thou exalt thyself as the eagle, and though thou set thy nest among the stars, this will I bring thee down, saith Yahweh.
So, you exalt yourself as the eagle. You're so proud, man. You're so damn proud, but you're about to be brought down.
That's right.
So you're gonna go over there, and the prophecy of Ezekiel 38 is gonna happen, and it's gonna be it for you. And you're in your queendom. All right. So let me read this next one. Somebody hold Psalms 55 and 21, and then somebody get Isaiah 21 and 2. But you got to understand. Oh, and if you brothers got any scriptures you want to bring out, But this is the next paragraph says, it is also important to remember that the U.S. government sponsored a coup in Ukraine in 2014, putting Nazis and anti-Russians in power. And so, and it's a whole Nazi regime over there, presence. But yet you got all these Jewish people, including America, and the Israelis supposedly sending soldiers over there, which makes you go to question the real relationship between, these Jewish people and these Nazis, because you say anything Nazi in there, you're an anti this and you're an anti that, but yet you got the American government and the Israeli government supporting the Nazi regime in Ukraine. So what's the real deal here? What's really going on is the question. All right? But it says the coup government immediately eliminated Russians as one of the official languages, stopped the teaching of the Russian in schools, and began shelling Russian-speaking people in Donbass region, eastern Ukraine, killing upwards of 14,000. So, that's a pretty bad thing, man. And if this can be backed up by other sources of information, man, America completely hid this. But only God knows how much shit that America has hid. But if you could read that Psalms 55:21 or whatever you might have.
This is Psalm chapter 55, verse 21. The words of his mouth were smoother than butter, but war was in his heart.
Right. Go ahead.
It said his words were softer than oil, yet were they drawn swords.
Right, because their whole thing is that they're going over there to establish peace and free the people of Ukraine. It don't sound like anybody was being oppressed until America went over there.
Right.
All right. When no war, they wanted to set up what they wanted to set up, and they set up this Nazi regime and wanted to get rid of the Russians. Maybe so they could control and bring down this food famine. Well, who knows what they did it for? But their words be soft and butter.
Can I read in the NLT?
Absolutely, brother.
This is Psalm chapter 55 and verse 21 in the NLT. It says, words are smooth as butter, but in his heart is war. His words are as soothing as lotion, but underneath are daggers.
Wow. That's a heavy. I'm going to have to use that one more often. Esau trying to, get around the truth, and actually, he be helping.
Right.
All right? But next one is, it says, the U.S. and NATO expansion into Eastern Europe is based on treachery. U.S. presidents and other high-ranking diplomatic officials who have spoken promises made to President Gorbachev in 1990 that NATO would not expand 1 inch east of Germany. Rather than Russia broadly expanding its territory over the past 30 years, it is the U.S. and EU and NATO axis which has expanded aggressively, attacking Yugoslavia, Iraq, Libya, Syria, and among others, man. Damn. That Isaiah 21:2, whatever you have.
This is Isaiah 21:2. A grievous vision is declared unto me. The treacherous dealer dealeth treacherously. And the spoiler spoileth. Go up, O Elam, besiege, O Medea. All the sign thereof have I made to cease.
You want to speak on that, brother?
No. I mean, hey, Esau, he's going to deal. I'll get Isaiah 33.
Well, that was the next.
Okay, good. This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 3, verse Salakia.
You can go ahead and read it. Go ahead and read it. Then I'll still read this next paragraph.
Okay. Isaiah 33:1. Woe to thee that spoilest, and thou was not spoiled, and dealest treacherously, and they dealt not treacherously with thee.
Right, so they made this deal, said all this stuff to Gorbachev when he was the president, that, you can't expand Russia, but then they turned around and tried to expand. They were telling them what they can't do, and then try to do it.
Right.
All right? And then, Russia's just some bitch niggas.
Exactly.
Like they ain't got one of the most powerful militaries and probably the most powerful nuclear arsenal on the face of the earth right now.
Right.
All right? You gonna run up in here like I ain't got all these guns when you run in here.
Right.
And
they're making all the moves around them like they don't see the aggression.
Exactly.
That's crazy.
It says in Crimea, the mostly Russian people living that rebelled against the anti-Russian actions of Ukrainian coup that voted by 96% to rejoin Russia. Wow, that explains a lot, man. See, we're not being given both sides of the spectrum. This information that I'm reading, I never heard, man. See, when I skimmed through it the first time, I didn't even catch this part. It says to rejoin Russia with 80% voter turnout, predominantly Russian-speaking areas of Donetsk, Luhansk, Donbass region of eastern Ukraine have declared independence from Ukraine and invited Russian troops in to help them beat back the attacks by Ukrainian military. So that's where it goes. What basically America went in and set up coups with these Nazis to try to drive back the Russians So when in the hell did we start using Nazis if that's not really the mindset of the average white American and person in government, including the average Jewish person? Because the ACLU and all them all got signs all about helping Ukraine. All the Jewish businesses in Chicago, you saw the Ukraine flags flying in them. But yet they so anti Nazis, right? There's a bunch of them. I know it's completely crazy, man. It says many people do not realize that since 1776, the aim of the U.S. ruling class has been to build an American empire. Daniel 8:25, and the founding father said this in writing. The aim is to gain maximum profits for U.S. banks and corporations. This is imperialism. One of the aims of imperialism is matter of fact, somebody can look that word up. It says it's to dominate the maximum areas of the world for profits and power. Russia is one of those areas. So Russia's in a way of America having complete dominion over the whole earth, which the Lord set up Russia for his purpose. For prophecy to be fulfilled, because the Lord is going to use Russia to bring down the beast system. Point blank, period.
I got the Daniel 8 for you.
Go ahead.
This is Daniel chapter 8 and verse 25. And through his policy, also he shall cause craft to prosper in his hand, and he shall magnify himself in his heart, and by peace shall destroy many. He shall also stand up against the prince of princes, but he shall be broken without hand.
And the peace that the Esau brings is peace at the end of a barrel.
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly.
At the end, the butt end of a stock of a rifle, man, crashing into your head, man.
They shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction.
Right. They had a whole pistol that they was shooting up Gad, with in the 1800s called a peacemaker.
Wow.
Right.
Wow.
And there was a famous sidearm, that a lot of cowboys and shit carry, outlaws and shit. All right.
Get this in the NLT too.
Absolutely, brother.
This is Daniel chapter 8 and verse 25. He will be a master of deception and will become arrogant. He will destroy many without warning. He will even take on the prince of princes in battle, but he will be broken, though not by human power.
That's a cut.
Man, that is such a cold cut. And he do destroy many by peace. I mean, Barack Obama got the Nobel Peace Prize, and then the very next day, he launched all these drone attacks and killed all these people, man, thousands of people, man. Right afterwards. And as a matter of fact, DJ Trump did something similar. Not as bad as Obama did, though.
Right.
When he killed Soleimani, which put America, in a bad way with Iran. Right? Because that man was loved and beloved over there, man. They ain't forgot about him.
Right.
They ain't forgot about him at all, man. All right. They believe me. It's somebody that's gonna have a bomb strapped to his chest in the name of Soleimani. All right, or something to that effect. All right. It says President Carter's national security advisor Zbigniew Brzezinski put it this way: for America, the chief geopolitical prize is Eurasia. All right, the power that dominates Eurasia, and what is Eurasia? That's Russia, India. That's all a part of the BRICS, and the rest of Asia. They want it all because you got Asian countries like China and other Asian countries that ain't down with America. All right, the power dominates Eurasia will control two world's three most advanced economic productive regions. Most of the world's physical wealth is there as well, both in its enterprises and underneath its soil. All right. And I guess there's a book called The Grand Chessboard from 1997. I'm going to have to look that up. All right. It says the Chicago Coalition against U.S. war on Russia demands that NATO powers reverse their policy encircling Russia with military bases and their nuclear weapons. And though I will admit that is very wrong, but speaking from a biblical sense, that's very right. The Lord has them doing that because this is fulfilling prophecy. All right. So there's no way on Yahweh's green earth do I want America or anyone else that's part of NATO to pull back. Keep surrounding Russia. All right. World peace depends on these conditions being met. and then it's, asking you to join them. No, man, Mark 3 and 26, and then Ezekiel 38, 1 through 8. Bob Kushah.
I'll get Ezekiel.
Yeah, get that Mark 3 and 26. I like to hear what it says in the NLT as well, Bob Kushah.
This is Mark chapter 3 and verse 28. It says, Verily I say unto you, all sins shall be forgiven unto the sons of men, and blasphemies wherewithsoever.
No, that's not it. Mark 3 and 26. That's what I said.
3 and 26.
Yeah. Satan divided. The house divided.
I got you. This is Mark chapter 3 and verse 26. And if Satan rise up against himself and be divided, he cannot stand, but had an end.
And that's what's happening, man. You got Edomites. You got versus Edomites. White on white violence. All right. And guess what? A lot of that's going to happen here in America, man. A lot of that's going to happen because you got America is truly divided racially and even among the races, because you got whites that support black and Hispanic activities for the simple fact they want them to continue to be subordinate to them so that this country can continue. Exactly. And then you got whites who want them gone. That creates some problems for the ones who want to continue. You understand? Then you got those who these diehard patriots who want America to continue so that they can keep all their rights and stuff. And then you got those who are trying to change it so they can bring in this new thing. So you got opposition within that house, and it tells you there in Revelation 6 and 4 how they were given that great sword, but it also mentions in that same scripture how they're going to kill one another. All right, so a lot of these Edomites went out about guns for the race war to fight and destroy Jake, but they're just going to end up shooting and killing each other, man. A lot of Edomites about to kill. A lot of white people about to kill other white people in America, the same as they're doing over in Ukraine.
That's right. Above 26, verse 25 is saying, if a house be divided against itself, that house cannot stand.
And that house means a race. The house of Esau. The house of Esau is divided against itself, man. Yep. And you got the heathen that are round about that are also with each different group. All right, you got heathens that are with one group of Edomites and heathen with the other set of Edomites, and then you got dumbass Jake that's with either side too. Okay. So it's just gonna be crazy.
I got the NLT. This is Mark chapter 3 and verse 26 in the NLT. And if Satan is divided and fights against himself, how can he stand? He would never survive.
So he will never survive, man. So we know that that's not talking about the spiritual demon Satan, the spirit, the left hand, the spirit, the left hand side spirit, Satan. It ain't talking about him. All right, it's talking about the adversary. That's what that Satan means, adversary. So the adversary of who? The adversary is Esau, Edom. He's the adversary of the Israelites, the adversary of heaven. His house is divided and fighting against itself. And we're witnessing that on a world scale. All right, you want to grab that last one, brother?
This is Ezekiel chapter 38. You want me to start at 1, you said?
Yeah, 1 through like 8.
Okay. It says Ezekiel chapter 38, verse 1. And the word of Yahweh came to me, saying, Son of man, set thy face against Gog, the land of Magog, the chief prince of Meshech and Tubal, and prophesy against him, and say, Thus saith Yahweh power, Behold, I am against thee, O Gog, the chief prince of Meshech and Tubal, and I will turn thee back, and put hooks into thy jaws, and I will bring thee forth, and all thine army, horses and horsemen, all of them clothed with all sorts of armor, even a great company with bucklers and shields.
And we're seeing armaments being shipped all over the world in different places. Go ahead.
And all of them handling swords, Persia, Ethiopia, and Libya with them. All of them with shield and helmet.
And that makes sense because in this letter, it talked about how some of those very places were wronged by Esau, Edom, all right, on the way up to where we are now.
God. It says, Gomer and all his bands, the house of Togarmah of the north quarters and all his bands, and many people with thee. It says, Be ye prepared, and prepare for thyself, you and all thy company that are assembled.
And when it says as many people, it was just as I said. you got the different heathens that's joined onto the different sections of Esau Edom.
That's right.
Go ahead.
It says, and all thy company that are assembled unto thee, and be you a guard unto them. It says, after many days you shall be visited. In the latter years you shall come into the land that is brought back from the sword, and is gathered out of many people against the mountains of Israel, which have been always waste, but it is brought forth out of the nations, and they shall dwell safely of all of them. You want me to keep going?
No, that's good. That was to 8, right?
Yep.
Con. So all this is going to basically just come down to the third woe, man.
That's right.
Which there is no avoiding it, and we're speeding towards it. And all the chaos is going to ensue as it begins to happen. All right. What was this? Yesterday was the 98th food processing plant that just mysteriously burned down.
Yep.
All right. The day before that, 10,000 cows or however 3,000 cows.
Mm-hmm.
Just all died of heat exhaustion in a place that wasn't even that hot.
Right.
You know. And that's looking shady as
Right.
you know. Yeah, you know, there's no chance that they were all euthanized. That couldn't have happened.
Right.
But yeah, you know, Esau's just gonna be found a liar, man. So that it is what it is. So with that, man, we're gonna give all praises, honor, and glory to
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakak, Kodash.
Wa Abba Babal.
Abba, Babal.
Kwam Yasharala. Shalom.
Wow.